Biomass energy is a renewable source of energy na nanggagaling sa plants, food, agricultural waste, animal waste at iba pang organic materials. Ang mga materials na ito ay kino-convert into usable energy tulad ng heat, electricity, at fuel. Biomass energy is important because it helps reduce waste habang nagbibigay ng cleaner and more eco-friendly alternatives sa fossil fuels. Dahil renewable ang sources nito, malaking tulong ang biomass energy sa pagprotekta sa environment at sa pag-support ng sustainable future. Sa kasalukuyan, maraming bansa ang gumagamit ng biomass energy bilang isa sa kanilang renewable sources or energy sources dahil mas sustainable ito kumpara sa traditional fuels. Halimbawa na lamang ang agricultural waste at food scraps na kadalasang itinatapon lamang ay maaari pang magamit para makagawa ng energy. Bukod sa nakakatulong ito sa waste management, nakakatulong din ito sa pagbawas ng air pollution at greenhouse gas emissions. Sa pamamagitan ng tamang paggamit ng biomass energy, mas napapalapit tayo sa cleaner environment at mas green na future para sa mga susunod na generation. The history of biomass energy started thousands of years ago, long before modern technology existed. Noon pa man, gumagamit na ang mga tao ng biomass energy mainly through burning wood para sa cooking, heating, at lighting. In fact, wood was considered one of the earliest sources of energy used by human in daily life. As civilizations developed, people continued using organic materials such as food, dried plants, and animal waste as fuel. These materials were important because they were easy to find and naturally available in the environment. During those times, biomass was one of the main energy sources before the coal, oil, and other fossil fuels became popular. Pagdating ng industrial age, mas naging dependent ang mundo sa fossil fuels dahil mas mabilis at mas powerful ang energy production nito. However, over time, people realized that fossil fuels can cause environmental problems such as pollution and climate change. Because of this, scientists and engineers started looking for cleaner and renewable alternatives. During the 20th century, modern biomass technology began to develop. Instead of simply burning wood, new methods were created to convert organic materials into electricity, heat, and biofuels more efficiently. Agricultural waste, food waste, and animal waste started being used as valuable energy resources instead of being treated as ordinary trash. Today, biomass energy continues to improve through modern technology. Many countries now use biomass power plants and biofuels as part of their renewable energy programs. From a simple wood fire used by ancient humans, biomass energy has evolved into modern and sustainable source of energy that helps support cleaner energy production and environmental protection. Biomass energy is important because it provides renewable and more sustainable alternative to fossil fuels. Instead na umasa lamang sa coal, oil, at natural gas, biomass energy allows us to use organic materials such as plants, agricultural waste, wood, and animal waste to produce energy. Because of this, nababawasan ang dependence natin sa fossil fuels na isa sa pangunahing causes ng pollution at climate change. Another important benefit of biomass is its support for rural economies. Maraming communities, especially sa agricultural areas, ang nagbe-benefit dito because biomass energy creates jobs related to farming, waste collection, transportation, and energy production. Farmers and local workers can earn additional income mula sa mga organic materials na dati ay itinatapon lang. Biomass energy also plays a big role in waste management. Instead of allowing agricultural waste, food waste, and animal waste to pile up in landfills, these materials can be converted into useful energy. This helps reduce environmental waste while turning unwanted materials into something valuable. Bukod dito, biomass energy helps reduce greenhouse gas emissions when managed properly. Compared to fossil fuels, biomass can produce cleaner energy and lower carbon emissions. Since plants absorb carbon dioxide while growing, biomass energy can help balance the carbon cycle and support the environmental sustainability. Biomass energy comes from different types of organic materials found in nature and in everyday human activities. These materials are called biomass sources because they can be converted into usable energy such as heat, electricity, and fuel. One of the main sources of biomass is plant-based materials. Kasama rito ang wood, crop residues at sugarcane. Wood has been used for thousands of years as a source of heat and energy, while crop residues tulad ng rice husk, corn stalks, or other agricultural waste can also be processed into biomass fuel. Sugarcane is another important biomass source because it can be converted into biofuels like ethanol. Another source of biomass energy is plant-based materials. This includes manure and animal waste coming from farms and livestock production. Instead na maging environmental waste, these materials can be processed to produce biogas, which can be used for cooking, heating, and electricity generation. Biomass can also come from municipal waste such as food waste and paper waste. Everyday trash from homes, restaurants, and offices may still contain organic materials that can be converted into energy instead of simply being thrown into landfills. This helps reduce waste while producing useful energy at the same time. Lastly, there are industrial waste such as sawdust and black liquor. Sawdust comes from wood processing industries, while black liquor is a byproduct of paper manufacturing. These industrial wastes can also be used as biomass fuel for energy production. Overall, biomass energy can come from many different sources. By using plant-based materials, animal waste, municipal waste, and industrial waste, biomass energy helps reduce waste and supports cleaner and more sustainable energy production.
Biomass power generation. Biomass power plants convert organic materials into electricity through a series of processes. The main components of the biomass power plants are: number 1, boiler. It burns biomass materials such as wood chips, crop waste, or animal waste, and it produces high pressure steam. Number 2 is the turbine. Steam from the boiler spins the turbine blades, and it converts steam energy into mechanical energy. Number 3 is the generator. It is connected to the turbine. It converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. And number 4 is the cooling system. It cools down steam after passing through the turbine and recycles water back into the system. So, sa biomass power generation, gumagamit tayo ng organic materials tulad ng wood chips, agricultural waste, at animal waste para makagawa ng kuryente. So, sabi dito, di ba nga, ang unang component natin ay ang boiler. So, dito sinusunog yung biomass yung biomass materials para makagawa ng high pressure steam o mainit na singaw. Sunod naman ay yung tinatawag nating turbine. Yung steam na galing sa boiler ang nagpapaikot sa turbine blades. Kapag umiikot to, nagkakaroon ng mechanical energy. Pagkatapos, connected naman yung turbine na yon sa generator. Ang trabaho naman ng generator ay gawing electrical energy o kuryente yung mechanical energy na na-produce ng turbine. And sa huli naman, meron tayong cooling system. Dito pinapalamig yung steam pagkatapos gamitin para pwede ulit siyang i-recycle at gamitin sa system. So sa madaling salita, yung biomass power generation ay proseso ng pag-convert ng waste materials into useful electricity. So meron naman tayong types of biomass energy. So number 1 dyan is yung heat energy. Biomass is directly burned to produce heat. It is used for cooking, heating homes, and industrial processes. So number 2 is electricity. Biomass power plants generate electricity using steam turbines, and it provides renewable power supply. Number 3 is biogas. It produces from decomposing organic waste. It is mainly contains methane gas used for cooking and electricity. Number 4 is bioethanol. Liquid fuel made from crops like sugarcane and corn, and it is commonly mixed with gasoline. Number 5 is biodiesel. Made from vegetable oils and animal fats, and it is good alternative fuel for diesel engines. So, marami daw klase ng biomass energy, depende sa kung paano yun ginagamit. Una daw is yung heat energy. Dito, directly sinusunog yung biomass para makagawa ng init. Ginagamit ito sa pagluluto or sa pagpapainit ng bahay at pati sa mga factories. So, pangalawa naman ay electricity. Tulad ng na-discuss kanina, ginagamit ang biomass power plants para gumawa ng renewable electricity. Pangatlo naman ay ang biogas. Ito ay nanggagaling sa nabubulok na organic waste tulad ng food waste at animal manure. Ang biogas ay may methane na pwedeng gamitin sa pagluluto at paggawa ng kuryente. Next naman ay ang bioethanol. Isa itong liquid fuel na gawa sa crops tulad ng sugarcane at corn. So madalas itong hinahalo sa gasoline para mas environment friendly. So yung last naman natin is yung biodiesel. Ito naman ay gawa sa vegetable oils at animal fats. Sabi din kanina, maganda siyang alternative fuel para sa mga diesel engines. So, sa mga nabanggit natin na yun, makikita natin na maraming paraan kung paano nagagamit ang biomass energy sa araw-araw. Siyempre, may advantages ang biomass energy. Number 1 dyan is yung renewable. Biomass sources can be replenished naturally. Crops and organic waste are continuously produced. Number 2 is it reduces waste. It converts agricultural, food, and animal waste into useful energy. And it also helps lessen landfill waste and pollution. Number 3, it supports economy. It creates jobs in farming, transportation, and energy production. And it also helps local communities and industries grow. Number 4 is reliable energy supply. Biomass can store fuel unlike solar and wind energy. It can produce energy anytime when fuel is available. So, sabi dito, maraming advantages yung biomass energy. Una daw is yung renewable. Ibig sabihin, napapalitan o naproproduce ulit naproproduce ulit naturally yung sources tulad ng plants at organic waste. Number 2 naman is nakakatulong daw siya sa pagbawas ng waste. Instead na itapon lang yung agricultural waste, food waste, o animal waste, nagagamit pa daw yon para makagawa ng energy dahil doon nababawasan din yung pollution at tambak ng basura. Number 3 naman is nakakatulong daw siya sa ekonomiya natin. Maraming trabaho daw yung nalilikha sa farming, transportation, at operation ng biomass plants. Nakakatulong din daw siya lalo sa local communities natin. At panghuli naman is yung may reliable energy supply yung biomass. Hindi tulad ng solar at wind energy na nakadepende sa araw o hangin, ang biomass ay pwedeng gamitin anytime basta may available na fuel. Kaya masasabi natin na malaking tulong ang biomass energy sa environment at pati na rin sa ekonomiya. So kung meron tayong advantages, syempre meron din tayong disadvantages sa biomass energy. Number 1 dyan is yung air pollution. Burning biomass releases carbon dioxide and smoke that may affect air quality and human health. Number 2 is deforestation risk. Excessive use of wood biomass may lead to cutting too many trees, and it can damage ecosystems if not managed properly. Number 3 is the high transportation cost. Biomass materials are bulky and heavy. Transporting them to power plants can be so expensive. So, dito sa disadvantages natin, una daw dito is yung air pollution. Kapag kasi sinusunog yung biomass natin, naglalabas siya ng carbon dioxide. At yung naglalabas siya ng carbon dioxide at usok na pwedeng makaapekto sa air quality at kalusugan ng tao pag nalanghap siya. So, number 2 naman is yung deforestation risk. Kapag sobra yung paggamit ng wood biomass, maaaring magdulot ng sobrang pagputol sa puno. Kapag hindi maayos yung management, maapektuhan ang forest at ecosystems. So, kapag kasi nagputol tayo ng maraming puno, marami pang possible na mangyari. Una dyan is yung landslide, tapos yung malawakang pagbaha. So, kailangan talagang i-manage yung sa pagkuha natin ng magiging fuel para sa biomass plants natin. So, number 3 naman is yung high transportation cost. Sabi kasi, 'di ba yung yung biomass materials daw are bulky and heavy. Ibig sabihin, mabigat at malalaki yung mga materials na yon. Kaya mas mahal at mahirap i-transport papunta sa power plants. So, dahil sa mga factors na yon or sa mga disadvantage na to, mahalaga na magkaroon ng proper management at sustainable practices para mas maging safe at effective yung paggamit ng biomass energy.
Types of biomass feedstock. Magsimula tayo sa kung ano ang kinakain or ginagamit ng ating mga power plants. Ang tinatawag nating feedstock, hindi lang ito basta-basta basura. Nahati ito sa 5 pangunahing kategorya. Una nga dito yung woody biomass. Ito ang pinakamatandang source, kasama rin dito ang mga kahoy mula sa kagubatan, chips at sodas. Napakalakas ng energy density nito, kaya madalas itong ginagamit sa malalaking broiler. Next is agricultural biomass. Dito sa atin, napaka-abundant ito. Halimbawa nito yung mga rice husk, yung iba na galing sa palay. Next is corn stover at sugarcane. Imbis na sunugin lang sa bukid, maaari natin itong gamitin bilang or gawin bilang kuryente. Next naman yung energy crops. Ito ay ang mga halamang sadyang tinatanim para gawing fuel. Yung halimbawa nga nito yung switchgrass o miscanthus. Mabilis silang tumubo at hindi nangangailangan ng masyadong maraming pataba or abono. Next naman yung organic waste. Yung organic waste, ito yung mga household waste, food scraps, yun. At yung mga dumi ng hayop. Sa pamamagitan nun, nababawasan natin yung mga basura sa landfill. At habang nakagawa tayo ng energy. Next is algae biomass. Ito na yung futuristic na approach. Ang mga lumot or algae ay mabilis tumami. At kaya mag-produce ng biofuels nang hindi gumagamit ng malalawak na lupain. Biomass energy conversion methods. Ngayon, alam na natin ang feedstock. Paano natin ito gagawing enerhiya? Meron tayong 5 pangunahing pamamaraan or conversion methods. Una dito yung direct combustion. Pangalawa, gasification. Next is pyrolysis, anaerobic digestion, fermentation. Bawat isa rito ay may kanya-kanyang process. Depende kung ano ang gusto nating maging output. Kuryente ba or init or liquid fuel. Dito naman tayo sa yung una nating method, yung direct combustion. And base sa flowchart natin, ayan. Ang pinakasimpleng paraan yan nga daw yung direct combustion. Parang nagisigalan tayo dito, pero sa industrial scale. Ang proseso ay biomass magiging heat, tas yung heat magiging steam, tas yung steam papaikutin niya yung turbine magpo-produce ng electricity. Dito, ayan, susunugin ang biomass para makabuo ng matinding init. Ang init na ito ay magpapakulo sa tubig para maging high pressure steam. Ang steam na ito, yun naman yung magpapaikot sa mga turbines. At yung turbines naman, ang magpapatakbo ng generator para makapag-produce ng kuryente. Ito ang basehan ng karamihan sa mga biomass power plant sa mundo. Okay, dito naman tayo sa gasification. Dito, hindi natin basta-basta sinusunog yung biomass. Niluluto natin ito sa napakataas na temperature, higit 700 degrees Celsius. Pero may limited oxygen. Dahil limitado ang oxygen, hindi ito nagiging abo agad. Sa halip, nagiging gas ito na tinatawag nating syngas or synthetic gas. Ang syngas na ito ay binubuo ng hydrogen, carbon monoxide, at ang maganda rito, mas malinis itong sunugin kaysa solid biomass. At maaari ring gamitin sa mga gas engines at turbines. Dito tayo sa pyrolysis. Katulad ng gasification, ang pyrolysis, pero ano ang pinagkaiba? Ginagawa naman ito ng walang oxygen. Dahil walang oxygen, ang biomass ay nagdi-decompose sa iba't ibang forms. Nakakuha tayo ng 3 produkto. Yung bio-oil na pwedeng gawing fuel, charcoal or biochar na maganda sa lupa, at syngas. Napaka-versatile ng pyrolysis dahil nakakakuha tayo ng liquid, solid, at gas output sa isang proseso lamang. Anaerobic digestion. Dako naman tayo sa mga biological processes. Una dito yung anaerobic digestion. Dito, gumagamit tayo ng mga microorganism tulad ng bacteria para kainin yung isang organic matter sa loob ng isang tangke na wala daw hangin. Ang byproduct nito ay biogas. Mostly dito yung methane. Karaniwan itong ginagawa sa mga farm para ang dumi ng baboy or baka ay hindi lamang maging mabaho kung hindi maging gas na pwedeng ipangluto. Okay, dito naman tayo sa fermentation. Katulad ng paggawa ng alak, ang mga sugar at starches mula sa crops, katulad ng mais at tubo, ay kino-convert gamit ang yeast para maging ethanol fuel. Ito yung madalas nating makikitang hinahalo sa mga gasolina, sa mga gasolinahan. Nakakatulong ito para mabawasan ang carbon emission ng mga sasakyan. To conclude, Ang biomass energy ay isang mahalagang solusyon para sa ating energy sustainability. Hindi lang nito binabawasan ang dumi sa kapaligiran, binibigyan din tayo nito ng renewable na paraan para magkaroon ng kuryente at gasolina.
Now, let's discuss all about biomass energy. Pag-usapan natin ah, kung ano ba yung environmental impact niya, compare it with fossil fuels, and also compare it with other renewable energy sources like solar and wind energy. First, one positive impact of biomass is waste reduction. Biomass uses organic materials such as agricultural waste, animal waste, wood scraps, and biodegradable garbage as a fuel. So instead na itapon lang ito sa mga landfill natin, these wastes are converted into useful energy like electricity and heat. Dahil dito nababawasan ng environmental pollution at methane gas emission from our decomposing waste. However, ah meron tayong biomass na negative impact. So kapag sinusunog ang biomass materials, naglalabas ito ng smoke and harmful particles na maaaring magdulot ng air pollution at respiratory problems. So may another issue pa is yung habitat destructions. Pag sobrang dami ng pagputol ng puno para gawing biomass fuel, maaaring masira ang natural habitats ng animals at magkaroon ng deforestations. Kaya importante ang proper and sustainable management ng biomass resources. Next, let us compare biomass and fossil fuels. Biomass is considered renewable because it comes from organic materials that can naturally grow again over time. On the other hand, fossil fuels such as coal, oil, and natural gas are non-renewable because they take millions of years to form. In this term, uh, environmental impact, biomass generally produces lower greenhouse gas emissions compared to fossil fuels. And carbon dioxide na nire-release ng biomass ay partly balanced dahil ang halaman ay sumisipsip din ng carbon habang lumalaki. Samantalang ang fossil fuels ay naglalabas ng malaking amount ng stored carbon na nakakadagdag sa global warming and climate change. But despite that, fossil fuels are still more efficient and provide more stable energy supply. Biomass requires continuous fuel supply and proper management para maging effective. And lastly, let us compare biomass with solar and wind energy. Ang biomass ay may advantages dahil kaya nitong mag-produce ng stable at tuloy-tuloy na energy as long as may available tayong fuel materials. At hindi ito masyadong dependent sa weather conditions, kagaya ng ating solar and wind energy. Samantala, ang solar energy ay dependent sa sunlight at ang wind energy naman ay depende sa lakas ng hangin. Kapag maulan o mahina yung hangin natin, bumababa ang energy production nila. However, mas cleaner ang solar and wind energy dahil halos wala silang air pollution during operations. Biomass still involves in combustion, kaya may emission pa rin itong nalalabas. Overall, biomass is reliable and renewable energy source, while solar and wind are cleaner but more weather dependent alternatives. So in conclusion, biomass is an important renewable energy source that helps reduce waste and provides stable energy. However, it also has a environmental challenges such as smoke pollution and habitat destruction if not managed properly. Compared to the fossil fuels, biomass is more eco-friendly. And compared to solar and wind, it is more reliable in terms of continuous energy production.
So, global biomass energy use. So sa global perspective, malaki yung role ng biomass energy lalo na sa electricity generation, heating at even transportation through biofuels. So sa ibang bansa, ginagamit ito both in small scale like household cooking and large scale like power plants that supply electricity to cities. So isa sa mga importanteng benefits ng biomass energy ay yung contribution nito sa climate change mitigation. Since galing siya sa natural materials, mas mababa yung carbon footprint niya compared sa fossil fuels, lalo na kung sustainability management ang pag-uusapan. So another advantage is yung energy security. Hindi lahat ng bansa ay may oil or gas reserves, pero karamihan may agricultural or forest resources. Kaya ang biomass helps countries produce their own energy locally. So overall, biomass energy is becoming an important global solution for cleaner and more sustainable energy production. Next is yung current trends in biomass energy. So isa sa pinaka-importanting trend ngayon ay ang improvement ng technology. So dati simpleng burning ng biomass which cause pollution and low efficiency. Pero ngayon, may advanced systems na like gasification, anaerobic digestion, and combined heat and power systems. So these technologies make biomass more efficient and cleaner. So another big trend is the rise of biofuels. Ito yung fuels like ethanol and biodiesel na ginagamit sa transportation. Instead of gasoline or diesel, some vehicles now use biofuels to reduce carbon emissions. So malaking opportunity siya especially sa agricultural countries. Next is waste to energy management. Instead of itapon lang yung mga organic waste, ginagawa siyang energy. For example, food waste, crop residues, and even industrial waste can be converted into electricity or fuel. So dalawang problema yung solve: waste management and energy production. Also, governments are playing a big role. Maraming countries ang nagbibigay ng incentives and policies to support renewable energy including biomass. Dahil dito, mas dumadami ang investments and projects worldwide. However, may challenges din. Isa na dito yung sustainable sourcing ng biomass. Kailangan siguraduhin na hindi nasisira yung environment habang kinukuha yung mga raw materials. So, in summary, biomass energy is continuously improving and expanding because of technology, government support, and increasing demand for clean energy. Biomass in developing countries. So in developing countries, biomass energy plays a very important role sa daily life ng mga tao. So maraming rural communities ang umaasa sa biomass for cooking and heating. Common sources include firewood, charcoal, crop residues, and animal waste. So dahil limited ang access nila sa electricity or sa LPG, yung ibang areas, biomass becomes most accessible and affordable option. Aside from household use, biomass also supports local livelihoods. Farmers can sell agricultural waste and small businesses depend on biomass for production processes. So it also contributes to the local economy. Pero may mga challenges din. Traditional biomass use, especially open burning, can cause indoor air pollution. This can lead to health problems, especially for women and children who are exposed daily. Another issue is deforestation. If wood is not harvested sustainably, maaari itong magdulot ng environmental damage. So dahil dito, maraming programs ang nagpo-promote ng improved cook stoves and biogas systems. These technologies make biomass use cleaner and more efficient to reduce smoke and fuel consumption. Also, biomass helps in energy access. Sa mga remote areas, instead of building expensive power lines, small biomass systems can provide electricity locally. So overall, biomass is very important in developing countries because it is accessible, affordable, and locally available. But it must be used responsibly and sustainably. So ngayon, titingnan naman natin yung ilan sa largest biomass power plants sa buong mundo at kung paano nila pinapakita yung kaya ng biomass energy na mag-provide ng large-scale electricity production. So unahin natin yung Drax Power Station sa United Kingdom. So ito yung isa sa pinakamalaking biomass power plant sa mundo. Meron siyang capacity na around 2,595 megawatts. So originally, coal power plant siya, pero na-convert into biomass gamit ang wood pellets. Ibig sabihin, instead na coal ang fuel, renewable biomass na ang gamit, which is a big step toward a cleaner energy. Next naman ay ang Iron Bridge Power Station. May capacity siya na around 740 megawatts and gumagamit din ng wood pellets. Although retired na siya ngayon at na-demolish, naging importante example siya kung paano pwedeng i-convert ang coal plants into biomass facilities. Sunod ay ang Thiess Renewable Energy Plant sa United Kingdom din. So this plant was designed to generate around 299 megawatts gamit ang wood chips at wood pellets. So kahit may delays at cancellation sa project, pinapakita niya na may malaking potential ang biomass investments sa modern energy systems. So sa Finland naman, meron silang Alholmens Craft Power Plant na may capacity na 265 megawatts. So gumagamit ito ng forest residues and isa sa mga advantage niya ay ang combined heat and power system, meaning nagpo-produce siya ng electricity and heat at the same time, kaya mas efficient. So next is yung Netherlands. Nandoon yung Maasvlakte 3 power plant na gumagamit ng biomass co-firing system. Ibig sabihin, pinagsasabay niya yung biomass at fossil fuels para mabawasan yung emissions habang ginagamit pa rin yung existing power infrastructure. So sa Poland naman, yung Połaniec Power Station ay may capacity na around 205 to 225 megawatts. So gumagamit din siya ng wood chips at agricultural waste at isa sa mga halimbawa ng large-scale biomass co-firing sa Europe. So sa Canada, meron silang Atikokan Generating Station na may capacity na around 205 megawatts. Ito ay kilala bilang isa sa pinakamalaking 100% biomass-fired power plants sa North America. At gumagamit lang din siya ng wood pellets bilang fuel. So sa Belgium, ang Rodenhausen Power Station ay gumagamit ng wood pellets bilang biomass at fuels at bahagi ng transition ng Europe sa pagpunta sa renewable energy systems. So sa Finland ulit, merong ang Kumijärvi 2 power plant na may capacity na around 160 megawatts. Kilala ito sa paggamit ng SRF at RDF biomass fuels na mga processed waste materials, kaya nakakatulong din ito sa waste management. At sa United States, meron ang Ashdown Paper Mill Power Plant na gumagamit ng black liquor biomass, isang byproduct ng paper industry, para makapag-generate ng around 157 megawatts ng electricity. So overall, makikita natin na ang biomass power plants ay hindi lang small-scale solution. From Europe to North America, ginagamit ito sa large-scale industrial level para mag-produce ng renewable energy habang tumutulong din sa waste reduction at emissions control. Ibig sabihin, biomass is not just an alternative energy source, it is already a major part of global energy transition toward cleaner and more sustainable power systems.
So pag-usapan naman natin ngayon yung future biomass energy. There are algae, biofuel, hydrogen production, and carbon negative biomass. Algae biofuel. Algae biofuel is a type of renewable energy that comes from algae, which are tiny water plants. This algae can produce oil inside their cells, and this oil can process and convert into fuel for cars, airplane, and ships. In simple term, parang plant-based fuel, pero galing sa tubig instead of land crops. So, one big advantage of algae is that it's grow very fast compared to traditional crops like corn or sugarcane. Algae can multiply in a much shorter time. It's also does not need large farmland. So, hindi siya nakikipag-compete sa food production. Another important benefits nito is that algae can absorb carbon dioxide while it's grow. So habang malaki siya, it's help to reduce greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. This make is a promising renewable energy source that is both efficient and very eco-friendly. So in short, algae biofuel is clean energy from water plants na nakakatulong para sa climate change. So next is the hydrogen production from biomass. Hydrogen production from biomass means making hydrogen as gas using organic materials like plants, agriculture, waste, even food crops. So this means then the true process like gasification or implementation. Sa madaling salita, we are turning natural waste into clean fuel. So hydrogen is considered as a very clean energy source because when it's used, it does not produce pollution like smoke or carbon dioxide. Instead, the only byproduct is water vapor. Tubig lang ang lumalabas kapag ginagamit siya as a fuel. So, this make hydrogen very useful for the future of transportation and electricity. However, the challenge is that producing hydrogen gas still require energy and technology. Kaya importante ang research para mas maging efficient siya at affordable siya. So, in short, or in simple term, hydrogen from biomass is like turning basura into clean energy, which is very helpful for sustainability. So next is the carbon negative biomass. Carbon negative biomass refer to energy system that's actually remove more carbon dioxide from the atmosphere than they produce. Normally, when we burn fuel, we release CO2, but in carbon negative system, the process is different. So, pag-usapan natin yung mga difference na yan. Here is how it's work. So, plants absorb carbon dioxide while they grow. Then, when these released plants are used for energy, some of carbon is captured and stored instead of being released back into the air. This can happen through special technologies like carbon capture and storage. So, mas palalimin pa natin. Because of this, the overall effect is negative carbon emission. Meaning, mas maraming carbon ang natatanggal kaysa nilalabas. This helps fight climate change in a stronger way compared to regular renewable energy. So, sa madaling salita, at para mas maanawa natin, parang double cleaning ng atmosphere. Kumukuha ng carbon habang tumutubo ang halaman at kinukuha ulit ang carbon habang ginagamit ito sa energy production. That's why carbon negative biomass is very important for a cleaner future. So pag-usapan naman natin yung biomass and climate change. So biomass is a type of renewable energy that comes from organic materials like plants, crops, at animal waste. So basically, galing daw siya sa mga natural materials na once living or currently living. Kaya mas pwede silang mapalitan over time. So instead of depending only on fossil fuel like coal, oil, and natural gas, biomass give us another option for producing energy. Parang alternative solution siya na mas sustainable and environmental friendly. So, bigyan natin ang importante. One important things about biomass is that can help produce greenhouse gases emission. So, ibig sabihin, kapag tama ang paggamit, mas nababawasan yung harmful gases na nagko-contribute sa climate change. So, this also a natural carbon cycle involves. So, habang lumalaki ang plants, they absorb carbon dioxide from the air. Then, when we use biomass from energy, may carbon na release pero somehow nababalance kasi nag-absorb ulit ng bagong plants. So other good things is waste management. Instead of throwing away agricultural waste or animal mature, pwede silang gawing energy. So, parang from basura, nagiging useful power source siya. So, in real life, biomass help communities, especially in mga rural area na may mga access sa farm, waste or plants, materials. This can support electricity production or even cooking fuel in some places. So, mas paikliin natin. So, biomass is like a turning waste into something useful. In simple idea, Pero simple na idea niya, pero very powerful impact because it's help us move towards cleaner and more sustainable energy from the future. So, conclusion. Biomass supports renewable energy goals and waste reduction from converting organic materials like plants, wood, and agricultural waste into usable energy. So basically, imbes na itapon or sunugin lang yung mga waste na ito yung ginagamit natin sila para sa power. This process help reduce the amount of waste that would otherwise be thrown away to burn, lowering environmental pollution. So, ibig sabihin, mas konti ang basura sa paligid at mas less din ang harmful smoke or emission sa environment. At the same time, biomass provides a renewable source of energy because these organic materials can be replaced over time, meaning since plants can grow back and agricultural waste is continuously produced. Hindi siya naubos like fossil fuel. As a result, biomass play an important role in creating a more sustainable and environmentally friendly energy system. So, sa madaling salita, malaking tulong siya para sa mas malinis na energy future and for protecting the environment. So, in other terms, biomass is an important renewable energy source that help us solve two problems at the same time: energy production and waste management. In terms, organic materials nga siya galing like plants, wood, at agriculture waste and useful energy instead of letting them go to waste, causing pollution. So, because these materials can be replaced over time, biomass is considered as a sustainable and eco-friendly. So, ibig sabihin, hindi nga siya nauubos agad, and it supports a continuous energy cycle. So, in short, or overall, biomass play a big role in building a cleaner, greener, and more sustainable energy future. It shows na kahit simple organic waste ay pwede palang maging powerful solution for environmental protection and energy needs.